Hi, good morning. My name is Teacher Shell and I will be handling your Media and Information Literacy course. You have a very long vacation and I know you are all excited to learn. And we have a very different situation. We will be learning a lot, but that is through online. Okay, so we really need your cooperation and of course your diligence to engage yourself in every activity and in doing your assignments. Okay, so this is a guided presentation. If you have any question, you may just reach me, and all the informations for you to reach me are there in your module. And of course, this presentation is also based on the module that is provided for you by the school. Just feel free to contact me anytime if you have questions. Okay, so let's start. So again, good morning class and welcome to the second presentation of the Media and Information Literacy course. So today we're going to discuss about the evolution of traditional to new media. Okay, so what are the expectations after this presentation? You are expected to identify traditional media and new media and their relationships, editorialize the roles and functions of media in democratic society, know the theories on information and media, and show the impact of media in the society. So this is the topic outline. First, I will be discussing about media, its definition, and also the types, the traditional media and the new media, and I'm going to give you some examples, and also the roles of media in democratic society, and I will also discuss media and information theory, particularly the normative theory of the press. Alright, so first I would like us to do some analysis. I want you to analyze your daily activities. Do you watch television or do you listen to radio? In my case, yes, I do watch television. I also listen to radio. Do you scroll your Facebook account or Messenger? I do, most of the time. Do you talk with your friend over the phone? Or do you collaborate with your group in Google Meet or Zoom or any other application? Because these are the most common activities that we do at home, especially in these times of pandemic, right? We are now allowed to go out, and so the best thing that we could do is to use this media to convey information and to gather information from the outside. Okay, so most of the time, we indulge ourselves in communicating using this media. Now, I would like to ask how much time you spend in using media? Maybe 4, 5, 6, or 8, or even more. So don't you know that there is this study that says Filipino people spend more time in texting than in sleeping? Do you agree with that? In my case, no, I don't agree with that. But of course, that is based on study. But it is for majority of the Filipino people. But I'm not one of them because I prefer sleeping than texting. But in your case, I would guess yes. Because I know that you prefer texting than sleeping. It's because most of the time, even in sleeping, you're sleeping with your cell phone. Do not do that. Do not sleep with your cell phone. Okay, so can you imagine life without media? In my case, no. Okay, I cannot imagine life without media because as I've said a while ago, most of the time we indulge ourselves in communicating using this media. So life will never be the same without media. I have here a video presentation which I would like you to watch as part of your asynchronous activity. It is entitled History of Communication, and all you have to do is to copy the link here given to the address bar in your browser. And I would also suggest for you to have your notebook and pen so that you could take down some important points for your reference. Of course, by now, I presume that you already have an idea of what media is. Media is the plural of medium. So, media is plural, medium is singular. Media is the multiple medium. Okay? Example of media, the different newspapers, the different TV stations, radio stations, different accounts of Facebook, different accounts of Messenger, emails, books, magazines, and many others. So almost everything that we use in conveying information, those are media. Alright? And of course, medium is the singular of media. It's a substance or a method in which something is communicated. It's the vehicle for a message. So simply, it's the carrier of the message. Example, your messenger account, my messenger account, your Facebook, your email, cell phone, even the air is an example of medium because air carries voice. Okay, so whenever two persons are communicating, their voice is carried by air. I have here some more examples of media. It includes films, paintings, songs, TV shows, poems, video games, magazines, podcasts, music videos, and a lot more. Okay, just imagine all of these are media. Why media? It's because they convey information, they express feelings and emotions and of viewpoints, and that's why they are called media. Okay, so this time I would like us to know the difference between traditional media and new media. As you can see, when we say traditional media, the media experience is very limited. Okay, it is one direction only. So meaning to say you cannot give feedback. A very good example of this is when you watch television. You can just get information from it, but you cannot give feedback. Okay, another is when you read newspaper. You can gain information from the newspaper from different sources, but you cannot give feedback. Okay? And another is radio. You can hear different news from radio, but you cannot give feedback. So that is one direction only. Now, what about new media? New media, more experience, and it is interactive. So audiences are more involved and can send feedback simultaneously, okay, sabay. And it integrates all the aspects of old media. A very good example of this is your messenger account. It is new media. Why? Because it could send a message simultaneously. Say for example, your friend is sending you a message, you can also send your friend the message at the same time. And you can send message to different friends, different contacts, and different contacts could send you information as well. Okay, so that is an example of new media. And most of the time, what we're using is new media. No, of course, except from television, because television is also very dominant nowadays. Okay, so this time I would like us to have a formative assessment. So remember that when I say formative assessment, I would like to know what have you learned and what else you need to learn. Okay, so I would like you to answer the activity in your module, that is page 19, traditional or new media. And also answer the question, what were the basis for considering a media traditional or new? To supplement your learning, I have here another video presentation entitled History of Social Media. It will give you an information about how social media evolved. Additional video presentation entitled How Has Technology Changed Us? Okay, the medium is the message. So as for additional assignment for your formative assessment, I want you to explain the statement of Marshall McLuhan that medium is the message. And answer the question, does technology shape us? Or is it us, our culture and society, that shape technology? Okay, so we proceed to functions of communication and media. First function is it informs citizens of what is happening. Because of communication in media, we know what is happening in our country and in other countries as well. We could hear news from televisions, from radios, and we could also read a lot of news from social media. So it gives us awareness. Okay, next, communication and media educate the audience. This is very evident. Even before the pandemic, we are using the internet for us to gather information, for us to share files, to research, explore, to communicate with other people. And it is more evident now because we are using the internet or different applications for us to continuously learn. Third, communication and media provide a platform for public discourse. That's the reason why you could see a lot of groups exist in social media, right? There are groups for supporters of a particular politician. There are groups for public officials, for teachers, for students, for friends, right? Because social media is a very good platform for public discourse, okay? For you to be able to express in public your opinions, your views, perspective on a particular matter. And it is also a good way of refuting one's opinion in public. Whatever arguments you have, you can just post it in social media. Fourth, communication and media serves as the watchdog role of journalism. It should be to serve as our watchdog, because when we say watchdog, it's the security of the people. So journalism should watch over the security of the people, should watch over the interests of the people, whatever is the goodness of the people. Okay, and fifth, Communication and media serves as the channel for advocacy for political viewpoints. Okay, so that's why you could see a lot of rants in social media about political viewpoints. Okay, so we are given the freedom of expression to refute or agree with a particular political viewpoint. So now we proceed to studying media theories. Why do we need to study media theories? When we say media theories, it refers to the complex of social, political, philosophical principles which organize ideas about the relationship between media and society. So it actually establishes ideas and the relationship between media and society. So without media theories, it is very difficult for us to understand how the media springs from society and how it affects society. So within this is a type of theory called normative theory. So normative theory is concerned with what the media ought to be doing in society rather than what they actually do. So under the normative theories of the press, we have authoritarian theory, Soviet media theory, libertarian theory, and social responsibility theory. So when we say authoritarian theory, there is a censorship with content as commanded by the government. It neglects freedom of expression and speech. So it means to say that authoritarian media is controlled by the government or by the elite people. So they are not given the freedom to express themselves. They are prohibited to talk or give feedback. So it is the government or the elite people to provide filtered information onto the public. So it is just a one-way communication. The information comes from the government or the elite people, and the masses are not given the freedom of speech to express their views or idea. So what about Soviet media? So Soviet media theory, the leader of the nation controls the media. It puts an end to private ownership. So meaning to say, Soviet media is a media that is owned solely by the government. So the supply of information to the people is based on what the government intends them to see and know. So it is actually solely owned by the government, and it is the government to filter the information to be given to the people. Okay, now what about libertarian theory? So when we say libertarian theory, there is freedom to media ownership and the rights of the public are properly apprehended. Okay, so this is a kind of media wherein there is no censorship, so everybody could say what they want to say, whether good or bad. There is no regulation to be followed. So it provides people a medium to express their opinions and ideas, and as well as provide uncensored information depending on what the public wants to acquire. It doesn't have to follow regulation, so everything can be said whether it is good or bad. People always have the freedom to express what they want to say and how they feel about a particular topic or matter or concern. And when we say social responsibility theory, the information to be delivered to the public is first-handedly discussed by the panel. It lies between authoritarian and libertarian. In here, people also have the freedom of speech and expression. They can say what is good, but when it comes to bad, it is regulated. It uses both the authoritarian theory and the libertarian theory. It's because in one end, it is being controlled by regulations, and the other end, people are given also the freedom of speech and expression. Alright, that's it. I hope that you have learned from the lessons that we have discussed. I would like us to have a formative assessment. For number 1, what type of media do we have here in the Philippines and why? Number 2, what do you think is the message of this cartoon? Does it speak about the media in the Philippines? Why or why not? For number 3, do you agree with this statement? Why or why not? These are the references for this topic, and if you want more information about it, you may just use these references so that you can learn more. Alright, that's it, class. Thank you very much for listening and watching our today's presentation. I hope that you have learned something, and please attend to your modules, answer all the activities there regarding our presentation today, and always remember that your education is your passport to your future. Okay, so study well and hope to see you soon.